Good morning, it's about 6:45, first week of September, just down here in St Lawrence on the Isle of Wight. Gonna have a quick walk, so come along if you wish to see a bit of St Lawrence. So it's a wee bit breezy, but I'm not going to go up onto the summit. So I normally walk that way, as you'll know if you're a regular viewer to this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. This time I'm going to walk this way rather than my usual direction. Of course, I'm now walking into the sun, but there isn't really any sun this morning, so hopefully we should be okay in terms of the camera. We'll see. Yeah, it's darker and gloomier than you would think by the way the camera's gathering light. It's quite a good camera, this one. DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So I'm about to invest in a drone. Let me know in the comments section if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. Let's just unclip this microphone, if you can hear that. So yeah, I'm not a fan of drones buzzing me as I'm on the beach or walking around the countryside, but I'm a lot more discreet than I think some drone owners tend to be. So there's a firecrest calling up there, right next to the Wildlife Trust, or within the Wildlife Trust Nature Reserve. That's where it'll be. There's some, I can't remember what it's called now. Species of tree that firecrests love. It'll come to me in a minute. It grows in churchyards. Quite a loud firecrest. So yeah, I'm going to buy a drone. If anyone wishes to make a contribution towards my drone fund, just about got enough money now thanks to buymeacoffee.com donations, so thank you people, that's superb. But yeah, what I'm going to get initially is a Neo, which is the new version, brand new drone that DJI has just bought out, which probably has a similar camera system to this Osmo Pocket 3, smaller sensor I think. So yeah, it'd be really nice to get some different style of footage on my walks. I have to work out how to deal with the buzzing noise of the drone. But yeah, that would be good. Let me know in the comments section if you think it's a good idea. And if you wish to support that, then you can do so via my PayPal link or buy me a coffee. So now we're walking down Undercliff Drive. There's Seven Sisters Road. So I'm going to do a loop. Just down here a little way past the post office. Up onto Seven Sisters Road. And back along to the car. So yeah, it's definitely different to yesterday. The weather started sunny and rather lovely yesterday morning, whereas today it's overcast. You can't really tell how overcast it is, but it's quite gloomy. Do love this autumnal weather though. The weather forecast, well, it has been northwesterly as the weather forecast said it would be, and we plunged into relative coldness, but by God, it hasn't felt cold in the car overnight. It's felt lovely. So it'll be interesting to see as we transition into winter, my first winter in the car. Can't remember when I moved into it. I think it was probably March or April or something, so spring. Can't remember. I'll have to look back on the videos, but if anyone can remember when my little van died, then there was a period where I was living in a hut down in Ventnor Bay. Then I got the car, but I just can't remember when I moved from the hut into the car. If anyone out there can, there's a C. If anyone can remember, Tell me in the comments section. But anyway, this has be the first actual winter in the car. In Flea, my little Citroen C1. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it copes with the winter. So the Citroen was a much bigger space. I mean, it was a very small space, but it's still a much bigger space than the C1. So I suspect the C1 will trap warmth a lot better. So it'll end up being less chilly in the car than it was in the van. I did get rid of my very old and manky sleeping bag earlier in the year, so I need to invest in a new one before the winter properly turns up. That's what that little tree is, and there's another one here. That's a tree that firecress and goldcress really love. That grows in churchyards, or been planted in churchyards. There's a great tit calling. Very distinctive. Thank you very much for the demo. And one more. Don't know if the microphone picked that up. Quite a few U's just around here. That was St Lawrence Inn, this building here. Was a pub. Sadly no longer. If that was still a pub, I'd be a regular in there, I think. As I used to be. Let's go up this way. Spindler's Road. Ah dear, what a nice different walk. Never done a video walking up here, so there's a post office and a little village shop. There's the inner cliff face up there. Obviously the inner cliff is along the northern edge of the undercliff here. So shelters, when you're tucked in below it, shelters you from the northerly breeze. I can feel a bit of a rain in the air. Which is a shame, because it probably means my favourite cafe in Ventnor Bay will not be open. Blake's Tea Hut. Back up onto Seven Sisters Road. Old railway tunnels directly above us here. Tunnel entrance. Obviously no longer a railway, unfortunately. Although if things carry on the way they're going, may have to reinstate them. So the old Leeson Road has been closed again. It was reopened briefly for the latter part of the summer, and now they've closed it again, basically to install some monitoring type boreholes, apparently. And the Graben area leading to Upper Ventnor has sunk quite a lot. Again, since Southern Water repaired their leaky sewer. So something's going to have to be done there. And I did notice along Whitwell Road between the rugby club and the kind of the sharp turn at St Lawrence Field Nature Reserve or towards Dean Farm, I did notice there that there are cracks appearing along the carriageway. Along the kind of the seaward side on the carriageway, the southern side. Hopefully that doesn't mean anything. What we don't want is stress fractures to appear in the cliff above where I'm walking now, which is essentially what happened at Smuggler's Haven. A big section of what looked like very stable cliff face just collapsed, just gave way, taking the Devil's Chimney with it. Partly still intact, the Devil's Chimney, but can't go through it anymore. But if that area of cliff face collapsed because of stress fractures and basically voids that developed underneath the chalk, what's going on here? Hopefully not the same thing. Very much doubt it, but yeah, just thought I'd unwisely mention that scenario. Well, I'm walking back towards the car now. So yeah, do subscribe if you've not already subscribed to this channel. Trying to get up to 1,500. Had very, very few new subscribers in the last couple of months, since I kind of became less Ventnorish and more nomadic, which is what the channel's all about. But if you're listening and you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you could subscribe, get us up to 1,500. Read the description to the video below. Below the video there's a description where I put lots of links in there to various interesting things, including my books that are for sale on the Undercliff. Wildlife watching is one of them and bird watching is the other one. And there's my buymeacoffee.com link. Plans for today, so I'm still working on this project in North Dorset, which I will be working on that for the foreseeable future. Got to go back to Dorset for a couple of days. Meet some farmers. Go out on a farm event, which will be fun. Yeah, it'll be lovely if I do get a drone, or when I get a drone, to just have some completely different footage of, up in the air, looking at these areas from a totally different perspective. Might even be able to make some money from the drone. Filming, well, being commissioned to film various things using a drone could be quite good fun. I don't think it would be lucrative, but it would certainly help keep the channel going, because at the moment it's costing me quite a lot of money, this channel, because when I come back to the island, obviously the ferries cost, it's about 150 quid to get on and off the island now. A month ago, during the peak season, it was 150 quid one way. Now it's about 70 quid one way. Well, between 70 and 90 pounds one way. So obviously to get on and off is quite expensive. And certainly the YouTube income doesn't go anywhere near funding that. But I'm not moaning, because I love doing it. And I love my followers. So as ever, thank you for watching. And I'm going to head down into the bay and get a coffee. Let's just have a look round the view again. Up at the canopy. Do love the light shining through the canopy. Very beautiful. So I hope you're enjoying this video about Ventnor and the Undercliff. If so, then don't forget there are 2 books that I've written. One, Bird Watching Around Ventnor, creatively named, and the second one is Wildlife Watching Around Ventnor. Just short books about the local area that are the subject of this video. Available on Amazon. I'll put a link below for this video, and you can also order it from the library, and it's available in all major bookshops, both of these little booklets, and in a few shops along the Esplanade, like the Longshoremen's Museum and Lady Scarlett's Tea Room as well. But yeah, I'll put a link to the description if you want a slightly deeper dive into the Isle of Wight Undercliff then these two little booklets might be of interest to you. Just go onto Amazon otherwise and just search for Steve Jones and Ventnor and you should find them.